And that was Mohammed Abdul Kawi reporting. Now, John, Hurricane Milton's not something we have to deal with right now here in East Texas. And in fact, I mean, we could use some rain, but it has been feeling quite nice outside lately.
Yeah, it has been. We'll just enjoy the fall weather because there'll be times when we'll wish it was back.
Oh, I know. Yes, thank goodness the triple digits are gone, though.
Yeah, they are gone.
Couldn't take it no more.
And for most of the 90s, too. Those are gone, too. Let's take a look at what was going on in the country, and then we'll talk more about Milton. Today, we had a great day. We do have the leading edge of some cooler and drier air that is pushing southward toward the southeast. It's coming out of the northern portions of the plains, and that is going to be slightly lower in temperatures and definitely lower in the humidity. Now, as far as Milton is concerned, it's not really that far from Texas, about 300 miles away from Brownsville, as that system developed pretty rapidly today, becoming a hurricane, and right now is a Category 1 storm with maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour, and of course the gusts are higher. Well, where is it going to go? It's not really going to affect Texas. Tides will run a little bit high, and some of that might have some rough surf, but the storm itself is going to be tracking off toward the east and strengthening pretty rapidly into perhaps a Category 4 storm as early as after midnight there on Tuesday. Winds could be up to 140 miles per hour. Now, it'll stay out over the water, at least projected to, north of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, but then it is going to be headed back to Florida and could be the second major hurricane to hit Florida within the last couple of weeks. Maintaining Category 4 strength, perhaps winds sustained at 145 miles per hour Tuesday afternoon out over the open water, and perhaps weakening a bit as it begins to encounter the Florida peninsula there, but down only to a Category 3 storm at that point, so still 120 mile per hour winds, then passing across the state of Florida and headed out into the Atlantic, where it is expected to begin to weaken again back into a tropical storm strength as it approaches Bermuda. Meanwhile, here in Texas, we will be watching for this cooler air that is going to be coming into East Texas, and mainly we'll notice the coolness in the mornings. Afternoons will also be lower, but only to about seasonal normals for this time of the year. However, the humidity will be lower, so it'll be feeling more comfortable. Front will be arriving tomorrow, and by Tuesday morning we'll start to feel the effects of that system as it pushes down to the Gulf of Mexico and then off toward the east. What the circulation is there, that's Milton moving into the peninsula of Florida, and then the rest of the country will enjoy some nice weather as high pressure settles in. So we will continue to benefit with sunshine, but with slightly more comfortable temperatures. Forecast lows for Monday morning still going to be running about where they have been in the mid 60s at that point. Forecast high temperatures Monday afternoon around 90 degrees, but some of the eastern cities should see high temperatures in the middle 80s, so that will be a bit of a change there starting in the east. 66 expected tonight with clear skies and the winds calm. Tomorrow we're expecting more sunshine, high about 89, northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's your next 7 days. Lots of sunshine. We'll have the high temperatures coming down into the middle 80s there early in the week, but by the weekend, especially by Sunday, we should start to see a warm up once again. Deep East Texas, you got a lot of sunshine coming too, and a little more comfortable temperatures, especially in the morning. You can find that forecast anytime at fox51.com.
Thank you, John.